third win in 4 years in Pittsburgh for this Cincinnati Bengals team, man. I don't care how you do it. I wanted to sneak out there with a win, man. I was stressed. That game took years off my life. And I'm so glad we pulled through, man. We pulled through 19-17. Big win for the Cincinnati Bengals as they go 5-0 to close out the year. First of all, Joe Burrow is my MVP. I literally don't care what anybody says. This dude, he's the MVP in my eyes. And I don't care what anyone says. The only eyes I care about are mine. Whenever someone says, who's your pick to win 2024 MVP? Joe Burrow. I don't care. This dude got drilled, pressured, hit, and he still found a way to win the game. Was he perfect today? No, but that's because it's a division rival, so you can expect the defense to give him a lot of trouble. I mean, he still threw for 277. He had a touchdown. He had an interception. He battled through sacks. A blue tent visit when someone put an elbow on, I forgot who it was, but they put an elbow on him. A dirty play, by the way. Literally drove him into the ground and stayed on him. Defense tried to rattle him, and I will say, they did a pretty good job. But he got up. He led the Cincinnati Bengals to a big win on the road to secure a winning season and keep the playoff hopes alive, and all coming down to one day. 2 games remaining need to tilt in our favor for it to happen. But I'm just proud that we did our part. You know, we can only control what we can control, and we did what we had to do. I mean, are we going to, looking back at this season, talk about the Patriots game or maybe both Ravens games, like as, you know, major turnarounds that could have helped us, I don't know, secure the division even, or even the 1 seed or whatnot? I mean, there were so many of those games that could have gone either way. It's good that we fought back, and this dude was a huge part of it. I mean, he battled through everything, and he delivered big time, and I am so freaking proud of my freaking quarterback, man. And I gotta say, huge shout out to Trey Hendrickson. I mean, he chased Russell Wilson like a dog. He was all over him, especially on that final drive. Huge sack to make it 3rd and 12. And then Wilson obviously threw a long ball to George Pickens. It just went over his head. Thank God. That one scared the crap out of me. I'll get to that in a minute. But the Bengals defense, man, they were clutch. On George Pickens, you know, Pat Freiermuth was the main go-to guy. But we held our own against those Pittsburgh Steelers wide receivers who are really good players. They're good playmakers, and especially George Pickens. Mike Williams had an incredible grab, 26 yards. I'm just so happy we pulled through, man. You know, chase Russell Wilson all over the place. Bengals defense was just huge, and they were the big reason that we won this game. I love it, I love it, I love it. And all I can say, man, is that what a bounce back from this team. Do I still think this defense needs a lot of work? Absolutely, I do. This could be a momentum swing into next year. I mean, I don't know. I hope we can start fast. I really do. But I don't know. I mean, you never know with this Bengals team, like early in the season, you know you get those early season jitters off. I don't know what could happen. But you gotta just enjoy this win, man. I mean, especially like look at this. Jamar Chase, he had 96 yards, toe tapping sideline grab in the 4th, had clutch catches. Yeah, he didn't have the greatest game for his standards, but he was still. I mean, you can say he was relatively quiet, but his opening touchdown that set the tone for the offense. I mean, it made it 7-0 in the first, and you know that was just the tone setter for the offense in the first half. I mean, look, the offense did slow down. I'm not going to deny it, but I mean, you gotta just expect that against a tough Steeler defense and a tough, you know, division opponent. I mean, you can never count out these games because of how physical they are and how much the teams just know each other. Anybody can look at this stat line and be like, oh, he was okay. I mean, but it's Jamar Chase we're talking about here. This dude is expected to get, you know, triple covered, dare I say. I mean, he faces the toughest defensive challenge, and he delivers. And you look at the offense without T is not replaceable. No, not at all. I mean, this dude, look, when he went down, the offense kind of sputtered. Don't get me wrong, even before then, they had some issues. I mean, they couldn't convert in the red zone when they've been one of the best red zone teams in the league. But the Steelers were just expecting that. You know, they were playing tough. You got to give some credit to their defense as well. I mean, their defense played, you know, a pretty solid game, and they held their own. But we were able to take advantage of some just miscues, I guess, by that defense. And just, you know, it ain't possible to stop this man all the time. So, you know, I thought the Bengals, they did a great job of adjusting to that defense, and that's why they converted, and that's why they won this game. So, I mean, I got to say, like, the offense, they were the reason why we didn't close it out. But, I mean, first of all, give a lot of credit to Ryan Rico. I mean, that he had amazing punts to just set up great field position and then ruin a little bit of the momentum for Russell Wilson and the Pittsburgh Steelers, pin him back deep. I mean, he had, a couple third down conversions, but at the end of the day, they got the job done. So, a lot of credit to Jamar Chase, a lot of credit to that Bengals defense, as I said. But, I got to say, the Bengals, man, you got to enjoy the freaking win. And yes, our playoff hopes are down to 2 teams, down to 1 day. We did our job, and that's what I'll take. I mean, look, I don't know if both of these are going to happen. Likelihood is not very likely, but I'm just happy we did our part. And as Joe Burrow said, enjoy the win. We're hoping for the best tomorrow, obviously. And we come back stronger, hopefully next year, and start off with a bang to open the season. That's all we can hope for. And I just expect a better Bengals team to open the year. So enjoy the win, Cincinnati. That's all I can say, especially against these guys. I mean, look, I don't know what happened with George Pickens. I will say he had 3 drops. I have no idea what happened. I mean, he usually even... Look, I know that I think it was Josh Newton who stripped the ball away from him on one, but usually George Pickens, I mean, he hangs on to those. They were not able to get him involved. I mean, Mike Williams, as I said, he made a spectacular one-handed grab to open up the drive for them, the possession for them. But George Pickens, I mean, he was just not like himself. I mean, I don't know what happened. I mean, I expected him to actually have a pretty decent game. I mean, I felt like this was the defense that he would want to look at and be like, look what I did to them last Christmas. I'm going to do it again. This could be my get-right game. This could be my, get-right game against the Bengals. A team that, I've had major success against, especially last year. I mean, I'll be honest. When Wilson threw that ball up to Pickens, I was scared as crap. On 3rd and 12, or whatever it was, I was scared as crap. Look, I really was hoping that the defense would make a play. And look, if Wilson throws that ball a little bit under, Pickens could have made that catch. I'm not going to lie. So I'm not going to blame, if I'm a Steeler fan, I'm not going to blame this loss on him particularly. I mean, yeah, he, has some diva issues. They got to figure it out. He's got to work on some routes, I guess. But, I mean, I was shocked. I'm not going to lie. I was shocked as even a Bengals fan. I was like, what happened to George Pickens? But I'm not complaining. I love it. I'm glad that, he wasn't at his best. He wasn't what he was on Christmas Day, because if he got that version, they probably win the game. So I'm very happy. Close out with a winning record. Obviously, that's something I'm going to take to the bank. Obviously, I said, even in this preview, I said, I'll take this win, even if it doesn't work out. Because that's something that I wanted. Just get a win. I don't care how. You got to love it. Look, I'll be like, damn, if the Chiefs and the Jets, they don't come through for us. But I'll be proud of the team for, at least battling back. Fighting through all the heartbreak and fighting through, self-inflicted wounds. I'm not going to deny it. But it's still it's you still want to see your team win and bounce back. So you can at least be proud of them for the continuation of, what they were playing like, I guess, but it just went the other way this time, the last 5 games. So very happy with that, man. But gotta say, I love beating this team, man. I love beating the Pittsburgh Steelers. I hate this team. I hate this team on par with the St. Louis Cardinals and the Michigan Wolverines. They're right up there. It's like pick and choose. I don't know. The team is dirty. This team is cheap. This team has caused us a lot of BS over the years. I can count all the ways. Even if we don't make it, man, enjoy this victory. Enjoy beating this team. We don't get it often. I mean, we've won. I believe we're 5-4 against these guys the last 9 games. So a decent stretch, I guess, if you want to call it that. But we don't get a lot of these games. I mean, you got to keep in mind, the Steelers once, before this 9-game stretch where we won 5, they won 4, they beat us 11 straight times. You know how much that just was infuriating to see? It was just like, I was like, it was just like you knew they were going to lose. Even, they played a game, and I think it was 2017, December. They were up 17-0, the Bengals were. You never felt, even as a Bengals fan, just never felt the Steelers were out of it. It's just because we always just invent new ways to lose to this team. And I was scared as crap, even like, this game. I was like, man, are we really going to blow this? And we almost did. So I'm glad we won this game, 19-17, the final. I'm just, it was crazy. I mean, the first game was like an offensive shootout almost. And, this game was just a defensive, just grinded out game. And we got the job done. So I'm going to enjoy the win. I'm going to just, relax, sit back, and watch the Chiefs. And hopefully Jets get the job done. But if not, man, hey, we closed it out the right way. We closed out a win over a team that we just don't like. So I'm going to enjoy it. And I just love to beat this team all the time, man. So anyway, man, I want to say one more thing, though. I want to see the We Day cult for you guys come out of here. I want to see all you guys. I want to see the entire Steelers We Day cult come out. See what happens when you don't face a backup quarterback in January. In 2005, you busted Carson Palmer's knee. In 2015, Andy Dalton wasn't playing. And I know that wasn't a injury that you guys caused to Dalton. It's kind of funny how this always happens against the Steelers, though. Are the Steelers an elite franchise? Yeah. Have they had a lot more success in their franchise history than the Bengals have? Yeah. But that does not change how dirty, cheap, and how just ludicrous you are. I mean, you guys have played backup quarterbacks both times in the playoffs. And you celebrated. I know you went on to win the Super Bowl, but you celebrated in that locker room like, who dey, we dey, who dey, like you weren't playing a backup quarterback. We won the division that year. We would have taken y'all out if Carson Palmer plays that game. I want to see the entire We Day cult come out right now. Just wait. I'm telling you right now, the tables are going to turn against you guys. You guys have always been talking for years and years, and rightfully so, If the roles were reversed, I'd probably do the same thing. But I cannot wait until the roles are one day reversed where we get to make fun of you guys. You guys have caused us so much heartbreak and grief over the years. I want to see it fall right back on your face. You'll likely face Baltimore now, so I'm glad, you guys would have played Houston. I would have honestly had the Steelers winning that game. Now you're going to face Baltimore probably. Good luck. I'm not saying they don't have a chance to win. I mean, the Steelers have a good history against the Baltimore Ravens. But on the road against a brutal defense, a fierce AFC North rival that just hates them to the core and vice versa, I don't know if they can pull it out. Maybe they can. I don't know. But I just love to the Steelers, yeah, they finished with a game better record than us. I don't care. Just we always beat the Bengals, we day. So glad that we just at least quieted y'all down. It feels good to do that. Because as much crap as Steeler fans talk, as much crap as they, take victory laps after they beat the Bengals, a win against them feels good. And no, I'm not trying to milk this victory, but it's like, y'all can at least quiet down. I mean, you played us in a huge game that had, seeding implications for you guys, and we came through and won. Feels good. I'm not saying we're like a great team. Obviously, we're not. But I want to see every single We Day fan who tries to just mock the Bengals about, back in the day, their playoff drought and everything. It's going to come back, and the tables are going to turn on you. I don't know when, but the tables one day and very soon are going to turn on you. The same crap that you've been giving other teams for not having as much success, and there are very few teams, let's face it, that have had as much success as the Pittsburgh Steelers, it's all going to come right back on you. Just wait. But anyway, I want to just talk about the Bengals, man. 5-0 to close out the season. I'll take it, man. We still got a lot of work to do in the offseason, but 9-8, I will take that to the bank. I will take that win. That's all I can say right now, man. I'm very happy. I think every Bengals fan should be happy, should be, ecstatic about this win because, we did our part. Now it's time to watch Kansas City, time to watch this Miami game, sit back, relax, and don't, put the pressure about, if we have to make it. 4 weeks ago, we didn't think we'd be in the playoffs. I don't think this is a playoff team by any stretch. I think the defense still needs a lot of work. I think the offensive line needs a lot of work. I think, some of the play calling needs to improve. Yes. But 5-0 to close out the season, I don't think any Bengals fan can be too mad about that. And especially closing out a win over the Steelers. So, I appreciate you guys watching. 9-8 to end the year. Another winning record, 4th straight year. That's not the standard for me, obviously. Want to get back to the Super Bowl one day, want to win it. And we'll see how soon that is. I really hope that it's soon. I really hope that we can just go out with a trophy. Because I think Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and them, they all deserve it. We got work to do this offseason, but I'll take it. This last message I got to say, Merry Christmas, Steelers. Kiss my ass, kiss his ass, kiss your ass. Happy Hanukkah, hoo-day, and enjoy some football tomorrow as well. Bengals finish off at 9-8 with a victory over their arch rival, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Hoo-day!